So now you will explore how this whole situation of the migraine is affecting you, and we will do this in different layers. We will start with you as physical being. So you can take a little bit time and ask yourself inside, how is this migraine affecting me in my physical way of being?
I have to say it's not easy to be friendly with the head. I wake up and immediately the migraine is there. Immediately I feel sick and I can't even move. Oh, it's terrible. I'm stiff and stay in bed and I can't bear any sound of light. I can't do all the things that I would like to do. It's like being a prison. Yeah, it's like being in prison. Really. I feel frozen, immobilized. The only thing I can do is lying in the darkness and wait for the medication to work and maybe it gets better.
Okay,
And there are so many days like that in my life.
so that's a real terrible situation, being imprisoned, not being able to move, so lean in the darkness and just waiting until the sickness is over.
Yes,
And you said it's difficult to stay in a friendly way with your body in this suffering. Maybe I invite you just to try. How does it affect you when you can just be with yourself with all this suffering, like you are sometimes with your grandchild? So if you imagine having this attitude you have towards your grandchild, then there is this suffering. Then you apply that attitude to yourself. How does it affect you?
oh my grandchild, that's easy to feel tenderness and be very yet tender with her. But doing that for myself,
Yes, I do understand that's more difficult.
yes,
But give yourself some time to try it and just experience whether there's some change. Then you try to be friendly with your physical being and the way you have to suffer.
you know, I often try to have some rational thoughts. Okay, my body needs a pause and things like that. But it's hard. It moves me when I hear you saying, it's true. It's awful in this prison. Acknowledging instead of ignoring. That makes so much difference. That was never done in my family.
Okay. Not used to acknowledge your suffering. And in your family, that was very unusual
Yes,
to acknowledge your suffering.
yes,
So where you learn to ignore your suffering.
yeah,
Okay.
yes.
So this issue of your family, we arrive at the social dimension. So maybe you can say a little bit more about your experiences in your family. How is how is that related to your migraine in some way?
You know, in my family, when I think about it, across the generations, everyone had or now has migraine. And the only way we learn to cope with it was ignore it and go to school, university, work, but first and foremost, not to talk about it.
Okay, okay.
No one ever knew. We were always hiding the pain.
Okay, so you learned not to talk about it and always hide wherever was where.
Yes,
So this must be unusual for you now than to talk with me about your pain.
yes, it is. But when I'm talking about it as I do now, there are always these old voices in my head telling me, but don't make it bigger than it is. All people have something that they suffer from.
Yes, of course, that's true. All people have something they suffer from, but that doesn't mean that it's not alright to talk about it. For me, talking about your suffering is more like a way of being friendly towards yourself and recognizing your suffering can be a way to improve your well-being. So I just wonder how it is for you now that you can feel it's okay to recognize it.
Yeah, it's sad.
Sad, okay.
It's sad. I'm really not used to talk about these things, and I also feel ashamed.
Okay, okay. So, with these feelings of sadness, shall we arrived in the personal dimension? So I was wondering your personal feelings around this whole situation of the migraine. You mentioned already your sadness, your shame. Are there more of your personal feelings that are connected to this situation of the migraine?
There was some curiosity, like wanting to find out how all these things belong together. But now it's more or less loneliness.
Loneliness, the loneliness of not sharing,
Yeah, and hopelessness. Hopelessness, yes.
and hopelessness also.
Yeah,
And you also say your curiosity and hopelessness. I was wondering, is there some connection between your serious curiosity, your hopelessness, or that they does the migraine take away your hope?
you know, I always hope for something from the outside to come and take away the pain, or that it just simply will go away overnight.
Of course, you hope there's something that can help you and that it will stop the suffering.
Yes,
But you say you are always looking at the outside.
yeah, and I know it's naive, but that's what I do. I always put trust in something outside me, and I end up disappointed or deceived. I never put trust in myself.
So you discover how you trust the outside in hoping for medication or other solutions, but trusting in yourself that's difficult. I wonder what could help you to really trust. That looks as if this is strange question.
Yeah, my first idea is I don't know. I really don't know.
Okay, but it's good to take your time and ask inside there in your visor self that sometimes some sense of that you trust at the deeper level.
When I think of nature,
Nature?
yes, I like trusting that the seasons is nature have an order. Like it's easy to trust that after the winter, the spring will come.
So you experience an order in nature that is bigger than your life. Okay, and that's something you trust. I was wondering, how is that related to your hope?
Well, it goes together with the question, where is my place in all this? So when I stay with the author of life, what could come for me now in the autumn of my life?
Oh, that's a nice question. What could come for you now in the autumn of your life?
Yeah,
As if that opens up some new perspective or
yes, it's like a relief.
um,
It opens up a new approach to hope for me.
okay, like confidence in nature and belonging to a bigger order. So if you take now a little bit more time to feel how does that affect you, then you just think of this order in nature and order that's bigger than you. But at the same but at the same time you seem to be part of that order of nature. How does it affect you?
It fills me up with peace.
Peace. You can feel peace in that.
Yes.
That's an important spiritual emotion. So we arrived in this spiritual dimension very naturally.
Yes.
Thank you for sharing and for opening up yourself to this new experience and giving yourself this new perspective. It's very different from where you start and by being imprisoned.
Yes, it was. It is. It is. And thank you for this meeting. I really was meaningful, and it really was meaningful and important to me to let a little bit of my feelings. Yeah, allow it to be seen and to be witnessed.
I see, I see.
Thank you.
That was really different from that you have always experienced it in the past.
Yes, indeed it is. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.